This is David Hawkins, DHI Enterprises, and today I just wanted to see how fast I could show you how to make a YouTube outro. So we're in Photoshop. We'll see if I can do it in 5 minutes, in 1 minute. You want to start off with a new document, 1920 by 1080, transparent background is fine. And okay, so you have your 1920 by 1080 transparent background. Now the first thing you will want to do is to create some sort of a background image from your YouTube outro. So I'm using one of my most famous photos here. And I'm just going to copy that and I'm going to paste it. You can use any photo that's, about that size, 1920 by 1080. Okay, so it's in there, it's looking nice, and what you want to do is to create some sort of text. I would say maybe in the neighborhood of 272 pixels would be good. You can use any font you want. I'll show you in a second how to make it look good. Thanks. Okay, that's going to be too big, so we want to drop that down to about 212 maybe, and zoop. Alright, we drop that down to 212, and there we go. For watching, just drag that over there. Bingo. Okay, so you want to keep this towards the top. You want to leave as much space as possible for your videos, but also if you click down to the effects for this layer, you want to add a little bit of drop shadow. Not too much because you don't want the drop shadow from that G to be overlapping anything. Okay, so since we're doing text, we might as well do a subscribe button too. So you want to have it be obviously much smaller than the thanks for watching. And let's see, the color is still white. That's good. And you can go drag that out a bit up. Spelled subscribe wrong. That got Alright, it's still way too big. You want that to be, say, about 72 pixels. It's probably good for that. And why not go ahead and capitalize it? Okay, there we've got our subscribe button. Drop that all the way down to the bottom. Not too far because you got to remember that YouTube has that time bar down there. And okay, so we're going to click off of there and add some more, I would say maybe stroke this time. And instead of that, we're going to have a little bit of red and zoop. And you can change the strokes size. There you go. Now you have a nice big red subscribe button just like the one that I have on my page. And you might want to add some Instagram logos or something like that. If we go here, yeah, I've got one for Instagram. I can just copy and paste. Oops. There we go. You hit Control T and it'll, if you hold Shift and drag, it'll keep, this thing square. Yeah, that should be big enough. And you want to apply that transform there and drag this somewhere over here, I think is where I have it. And still at, still at 72 should be good. You can do it. There we go. So we have our at the David Show on Instagram there. Alright, so far so good. And the next thing that we need to do is draw our boxes. I like to have one big box that I can speak out of and then maybe some little boxes. I want to make this one a little bit different than the one that I have up there at the time of this video. So You go down here to the shape tool and you just sort of drag to make the shape you want. Like I would have it 1600 by 900 is usually a good size, but you would want this to be a bit smaller than that. So 800 by 450 is half 1600 by 900. So I'm just going to go with that 800 by height. Just had it 450. There we go. See, it switched up a little bit. You don't have to worry about that because you can resize the box here. And what I like to do is change the border size and the border color. You change right here. There, I want it to be white. Don't want it to be too big, but I do like having a little bit of a border. You can also play around with the corners, which I recommend not doing, because if you do that, then it's going to be harder to match up with YouTube annotations. So I would keep that at 0 and just keep your nice, like, 90-degree corners there. And definitely click here and make sure that that's transparent. You're going to want all those boxes to be transparent, and I'll show you why in a minute. And let's see here. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and make that a color. Any color? No, it has to be a solid color. I would say, yeah, we'll make it the default gray. Yeah, I'll show you why we're making that gray in a second. But alright, so you've got 800 by 450. That'll keep your 16:9 ratio there. And that's our first box. So we can get rid of this and go ahead and drag this right to the middle. And then we're going to have 3 smaller boxes down there. So I guess we could do 400 by 225, I guess would be good. So we have to do is go to our shape tool and do, that's fine, because we're going to resize it again like I was saying. So 400 by 225. Okay. And everything else, the border and everything looks okay to me. So use this, make another one 400 by 25, and we're going to make another one 400 by 225, and we're even going to make another one 400 by 225, and I'm going to get rid of the second one because I don't like it. Then you just want to align these. Well, not that one, but let's see here. Go with 5. I could start with this one. And you just want to put everything on sort of the same axis. Oh, looks right. And 3. There we go, synergy. So now we have 3 different boxes. I'm going to take all 3 of these now, 4 and 5, and raise them up because you're going to want to leave room for the title annotations. You're not going to need that for the main video, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so this looks pretty good to me. The one thing that we don't have so far is my own logo. So let's see here, we're going to pull that up right quick, and I'm just going to very quickly try to get something that looks like a, well, I don't really care. So alright, there we go. Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Control T to transform. I want to make sure you're holding down Shift so that the image doesn't become distorted or anything. Alright, so I'm going to put it in the same place that it's in the current video. Maybe I'll move it a little bit further down. Okay. Alright, so this part of the outro is done. So what you can do right now is click on any one of the rectangles. First you have to apply your transformation on the layer there. Then you can click on any one of the rectangles. You can flatten the image, and you can move to the magic wand tool. Well, first, before you do that, you're going to want to unlock the layers, and you move to the magic wand tool, and you just want to click on all of the gray, and then you take the eraser, you make it as big as you possibly can. I have it set to 1400 pixels, and here you can just erase so that all of these boxes are transparent. Okay, now this is probably exactly what you're going to see in next week's episode of my show. Alright, so I'm thinking this is looking pretty good. So you want to do File, Save As, and let's see, I'm just going to call this background 4. And you also want to save PNG file. Make sure it's PNG so that the transparency works. Okay, smallest, non-interlaced is fine. There you go, and I'll see you back here in a second. That's how you make it in Photoshop. I'll see you back here either in a second or in the next video, and I'll show you what to do in Adobe Premiere. Thanks for watching. Maybe you want to take away the 30-minute limit from your video, or check out one of my new videos down here. But above all, please click the red subscribe button below. That's going to let you see all of my latest shows as soon as they come out. Again, this has been David Hawkins. Follow me on Instagram at The David Show. Catch